Alright, let's continue down this path of exposing Inflation US, John Lebed, George4title, and their associates. Now check out this video of Manoftruth as he tells us a story of a lawsuit he is involved in and how he needs money in order to see his children again and avoid going to jail. The viewer does not know the details of the case. We only know that he needs money and that we are supposed to trust him. Notice how he intentionally stands next to a metal fence. This is intentional to visually symbolize how he is facing incarceration. If he was filmed in this video at home or somewhere more relaxing, the visuals would not nearly have been as effective.
Okay, Manoftruth, I'm South Jordan. This is going to be an emergency update because I'm kind of in a heavy situation. Luckily, an attorney helped me stay out of jail. I'm facing 10 to 20 days in jail right now for some problems with my ex-wife. I just wanted to see my children, and anyway, it hasn't been happening, and so I made a phone call, and so because I made a phone call, I'm facing 10 to 20 days in jail. I guess I just found out because I was just in court here in South Jordan, 10 to 20 days in jail, but he might be able to work out that I don't go to jail. I know that a lot of you trust me.
No offense, but just because your name is Manoftruth, that doesn't mean I should trust you. I have no way of knowing if your story is true or not.
So here's the bottom line. I really need to pay him some money. So if you could just PayPal some money to manoftruth@mac.com, and I'd like to pay him, and he might be able to keep me out of jail, but right now I'm looking at 10 to 20 days in jail. So please, if you could just donate, call it the Manoftruth Legal Fund, manoftruth@mac.com, and I can pay him some money and hopefully stay out of jail and keep telling the truth.
Wow, I feel so sorry for him. He must be really struggling in life and have such a low standard of living to be asking for donations on YouTube. I wonder if he knows or has worked for George4title or any of the Inflation US crowd. They are an honest bunch. Wow, check out that white SUV. Looks like such a nice ride. I wonder who drives that. Probably someone who has a lot of money. Someone who obviously wouldn't need to go on YouTube and ask for donations.
You made it!
No way!
YouTube! I had to catch this for posterity. There you go. He made it. He made it through the desert.
Got it.
And you're alive.
No, I'm with famous George. No way. Hey,
and we're here in Barstow.
Wow, that's great. George4title and Manoftruth are business associates. That makes me trust the honesty of Manoftruth so much more. I wonder what life is like for George4title. He must be really struggling in this economy too.
As you guys can see, I'm staying out here in a tent right now. Things I've been thinking about is how, a lot of people, the question is, how are we going to live? How are we going to get through this coming depression? And, I just wanted to give you guys a little bit of a heads up of some of the things I've been going through, and it might give you a hint of what's going to happen in the future. You're going to see a large amount of people being foreclosed upon and having to, move in with other family, and there's going to be a lot of strife, a lot of, upheaval, emotional upheaval, and you're going to be seeing more things like this. People staying in tents, people living out of their cars, different things of that sort. But I'm actually living what some of you are going to go through.
He must be struggling so much financially to be living in cars and tents. I wonder how much he makes.
But as I started doing well on YouTube, and I started doing well, basically financially, these guys, I don't even want to talk about them, but they're basically losers. Just to let you guys know, I'm making a couple grand from YouTube. I've always been a business guy, a sales guy, so I'm going to find a way to make money when I'm doing something. And if you monetize all the things, all the benefits, including the people that I meet, you can't even monetize it. It's probably like 10 grand a month or something that I'm making if you calculate it all out. But it's awesome. It's awesome.
That's great. You're making 120 grand a year. Congratulations. So why were you living in a minivan then? Couldn't you afford at least a motel room? Seeing as Manoftruth went to Harvard Business School and his name has the word truth in it, let's see what kind of legitimate business he's involved in. Oh wow, it's a multi-layer marketing platform. Where do I sign up?
Things are changing. Things are starting to happen. And as I alluded to in that other video I shot, the one I shot about 4 days ago, I've come across something that I'm going to hit real hard. Loving being here in California on business. What am I doing? I'm doing a plan B. Why? Because I want to make some extra income to be able to pay bills, because the economy's not rocking all over the United States. So I'm kind of having fun here. I don't know if we can see this. We'll see, but I've been putting this stuff, this 5 or 6, 7 peptide technology on my forehead. And anyway, the wrinkles seem to be going away. Well, they kind of are going away on this side and everything. And you know, it's I don't know. Some people like to look younger. For me, it's kind of funny having part of my face look like I'm de-aging, and the other part stays the same. But I'm pretty stoked about it. So I'm going to find some people down here in Southern Cal that don't need to spend 10 or 15 grand on a facelift, and just try this botanical Botox product.
Wait a sec. Does he say that he's selling Botox? Wow, does he even know how toxic that shit is? I guess now that he's running a legitimate multi-layer marketing operation selling Botox, he can afford to pay back the people who donated money to him via PayPal for his lawsuit.
You know, I put together the puzzle, and I think what happens is some people don't quite have the puzzle put together as much. And the judgment was pretty harsh from some of the people out there. But the purpose of the video was basically to get myself defended against some very expensive attorneys, which I haven't done yet. And instead of trying to go legal papers like this and stopping streaming for maybe 3 months, decided to ask for some help, and I've been helped out. So raised probably a third of the $2,300 that I need to raise, so I'm really grateful about that.
What happened to the lawsuit? Did he win or did he lose? Oh well, I'll trust that the money was legitimately used, since your name is Manoftruth after all. Okay, let's watch YouTube user Demcad get a lecture on ethics from George4title.
I gotta address this with you, Dem. You made a comment on my last video questioning me, saying that you only made $220 from your AdSense account, and then you're questioning how much money I'm making. First of all, I have videos up where I've shown a $1,600 check from Google and like a $1,200, $1,100 check, and that's the smallest amount that I make. I make other money too through sponsorships and affiliate marketing, and that's one of the things I'm talking about on the YouTube Secret on George4title. Now, for you to come in there and say, you know, I must be a genius in a derogatory way, I don't appreciate that, bro. Now, this is where you have to step it up. If you have someone on your channel that is deriding me, calling me names, and you don't delete it, I'm putting it on you, bro, because that is ridiculous. If you're not going to stand up for people in the community, then I don't know who I can really depend upon. So, you moderate your comments, and if you like other YouTubers, protect them. If you don't, then I know where I stand with you. But I'm just going to chalk it up to your ignorance and your youth. Just PM me. Call me. Talk to me like many other YouTubers have done. And then you'll find out there are ways to make additional money on YouTube. You know, Backburner News, Vision Victory are a few of the ones that I've helped earn extra income, and I'm working with a lot of small businesses trying to get them going on YouTube and the internet, new economy on internet. So let's not fool ourselves.
Don't be too offended, Demcad. I'm sure George4title wasn't trying to be mean. He probably just wanted you to sign up at his free YouTube Video Marketing Secrets website to help you get more subscribers. What a nice guy.